Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The show is about to begin. مساء الخير السيدة والسادة. سيبدأ العرض الآن. My name is عبد الرحمن مسعد توفيق أبو غنيمة أحمد. You can call me Abud. It's a little bit shorter. The translation of my name is the servant of the beneficent, the bringer of joy, success, the bountiful one, mother of dragons. No, that last one was just an addition. That's actually the translation of my name. My ancestors had no chill whatsoever. Like, what should we call him? Yes, success. Yes, let's call him that. Anyways, I'm Abud and I'm going to be your MC for tonight. I'm not supposed to be the funny one. The guys behind you are the funny ones. So if I'm not being funny, just give me a round of applause anyway, because they're the funny ones. A big thank you, first of all. Thank you. I'd like to give a big thank you to Dr. Ahmed from Social Media Solutions for allowing us to have this place. A big round of applause to Dr. Ahmed. So now we start off with our first comic for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, coming all the way from Ireland, a big round of applause for Ronan! Here comes Ronan.
Hello. Very nice to meet you all. Very good. So, good evening. Good Happy New Year and all that. Don't worry, I don't actually speak like that. I just wanted to see your faces drop as you thought to yourself, why would someone give him a microphone? Just horrible. Yeah, I love that accent. I guess I love doing it. Anyway, before we begin, I should just say that I don't make fun of the obese or, the illiterate. So if there's any Americans here, you're in a safe space, okay? There is no judgment, all right? Just relax, okay? Well, I really shouldn't say that because Ireland, where I come from, we're becoming like the fattest people in Europe. And a lot of people think that, I suppose maybe people worry about climate change and stuff. Maybe you worry about it. I don't really. But a lot of people think it's, we need to cut down on our carbon footprint. What's actually happening? Why the water levels are rising as they are is because Irish people have discovered donuts. We're just like, stuffing our faces, just nom, nom, nom. And just the world is just sinking under our combined weight. That's what's happening. So, we're just like, nom, 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 nom. Oh, God, what's happening? Oh, it must be these disposable straws and these single-use cups. But don't worry about it. It'll be fine. But the problem is, and it's not fat shaming, by the way. I'm not fat shaming anyone, because actually it's the portion sizes. Has people been to America? Have you been to America, anyone? Right, yeah, okay, good. I don't know why I'm asking that question. So it's just like, is somebody going to respond? Anyway, you go to America and they give you like wheelbarrows of food, Like I asked for some pancakes and she came out with this like wheelbarrow and I was like, how am I going to eat that? And she was like, well, don't worry, sir. We can just, dislocate your jaw or stick like a feeding tube up your nose, or we can even do, rectal feeding these days. That's quite popular one. In fact, that's our special. That's today's special. And I said, well, sure, why not? Like, when in Rome, like. But, yeah, portion sizes. Think about Americans, Southern Americans, very friendly people as well. They can be, right? Some of them, they hate, like, Mexicans, and they're like, let's build a wall. But I don't know why they have to build a wall, right? I mean, it should be pretty easy to tell who's an illegal immigrant and who's not. Just, like, see people who are reading books, and maybe they can touch your toes, and then you just, like, deport them from America, But yeah, that's as political as it gets, I suppose. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, does that matter here? Good. Happy New Year 2020. I'm not a big fan of New Year's, I suppose. Like ever since, do you remember 2000? Does anybody remember the year 2000? And we were like all afraid of the Y2K nonsense. We thought there'd be like killer robots and everybody was pretty excited about that. And then it just kind of like fizzed out and it was really anticlimactic, Of course we had September the 11th soon after that. And that was kind of, all right. But, still killer robots. That is a hard act to follow. Unlike this one, maybe. Oh, the silence. Yeah, climate change. What else? So where are we? Yeah, a lot has changed over the last 20 years. I'm like 37. So in Europe, what's happened is people are worried about climate change, and people have gotten a lot more tolerant, right? People are all about tolerance. You know, you have to, don't assume somebody's gender, and you have to use the correct pronoun and all of this. But when I was growing up, tolerance basically meant you could drink 10 pints and still get behind the wheel of your car. That's a little pun there. Yeah, that was it. Of course, you know, the younger generation, they think that my generation are all like, you know, conservative throwbacks, Neanderthals, but they don't understand what it was like before we had the smartphone, right? Because before we had the smartphone, like, we had to think for ourselves. I know you two probably can't believe that. It's just crazy, like. But we had to, like, you had, like, this side of your brain was like all like people's phone numbers. You had to remember people's phone numbers. And then this side of the brain was like a map, you know, an atlas. You had to like know your sense of direction and stuff. And all that was left up at the front was basically a little room for racism and maybe, you know, a place to remember where you parked your car, you know? So, yeah, there was that. Now, do you make New Year's resolutions? Anybody make New Year's resolutions? Good, yay, good for you. I made a New Year's resolution. Mine is to cut down on my phone, because I don't like to be too dependent on the phone. Because a lot of people, like, we can't even find our way to our own, like, toilet, basically, without taking out Google Maps, right? But, yeah, I mean, I kind of miss the good old days when if you didn't know the directions, you just walk up to somebody who did know and just beat the directions out of them. You know, it was simpler times. It was much, much simpler, innocent times, I suppose. Yeah, the other thing I suppose is Tinder. I go on Tinder a bit, right? A little bit, right? But I was in Ireland. Okay, all the time. That's pretty much all I do. Okay, there's Tinder, there's Instagram. But I'll get it. I'll get rid of it. But I was in Ireland and I went on a date with this like Eastern European woman, and I guess they come from a, you know, Cracovia stan or whatever. I don't know what it's called. But she says, she's very, very direct, right? Very, very direct people. Beautiful, but very direct. And she says, so what, you know, we went on a date and she's like, so what do you bring to table? And I was like, what? What do you bring to table? You have house, you have stock, what is it? And this woman, right? This woman, she comes from a place where basically she'd be lucky to have a full beetroot to herself, you know? So I don't know where she got like all these notions and stuff. But anyway, she's like, oh, so what is job? How much you make? And I'm like, Jesus, is this a date or am I being audited or something, right? And she goes, oh, audited, haha, very funny, man. Turn out pockets, please. And then you know, then it got kind of weird. She starts going like, how many kidneys you have? You big strong man. Big strong man, no need 2 kidneys. You sell kidney, you buy tractor, you get beetroot, you become a rich man, you crush everyone. I was like, geez, crush everyone? Geez, I don't know. And then part of me was like, I should get out of here. But the other part was thinking, hang on, this is a bit hot. Let's see where this is going, you know? Yeah, that was it. I don't know, I don't want to tell that joke. But I love Qatar. I came from Saudi Arabia before this. I was there for like 2 years, very boring. But there's a lot of things to do here. Sorry, that wasn't like a joke. It was so really sad. I wept to myself many times over there. But here you've got a lot of things to do. It's great to be here first night, and hopefully, you know, there'll be many shows going forward. And there is like, you know, there's, I don't know, diving and there's sailing and all of that. And you have like drag racing as well, which is really cool because that's where like 2 of the fastest cars in the world travel each other at amazing speeds and blah, blah, blah. And it's really, really cool. But in Ireland, drag racing is basically you get 2 men and they put on dresses and they race each other down the hill. Yes. Okay. Great. Thank you. More puns. All right. Good night. Thank you very much. Happy New Year. All right.